Hello and welcome to Auto Today. Now a few months back, Honda gave us the Highness CB350 and it was all an attempt to become the lord of the 350cc ring. However, a few months down the line, we have this, the RS, the CB350 RS without the Highness. Now, this is not a completely different motorcycle. It's a motorcycle based on the Highness CB350, but it addresses a crowd which is more city oriented. Someone who's riding around, not long distances, not touring. But that's marketing spiel. Let's find out how the RS is different from the Highness and tell you how this motorcycle is to ride. But before we do any of that, do remember to subscribe to the Auto Today YouTube channel and press that little bell icon so that you get notified every time we go live with a new video. Now the CB350 RS is a variant based on the Highness CB350. But what Honda has done is given it numerous changes which gives it a very different appeal. Let's start with the front end. The tires up front are 19-inch. These are bigger than the ones we saw on the CB Highness, and the tires also are knobblies. These are block pattern tires from MRF. They are called MRF curves and they give really nice feedback on the road and they are really nice to ride on. The metal fenders are gone and in comes a plastic fender up front. Looks good, eh? Then we have these fork gaiters. Now these come very handy in dirt and muck conditions and it saves your suspension, increases life of the suspension, if I can call it so. In the Highness we had a nice chrome ring here. The LED headlight remains the same, but the chrome ring has given way for this blacked out one. LED winkers have come in as well. This was something which was missing. It was a chrome indicator pod, and overall if you look at the bike from the front, it looks very different, although it's got that retro look to it. But apart from the front end, there are a lot of changes at the back too. So that's next. Let's have a look. Now much like the front end, the rear end of the CB350 RS has changed a lot as well. Now as you can see, the metal fenders have given way to plastic fenders at the back. The tail light is new too. These are LED units. The winkers are LED, and if you peek into the tire, these are 17-inch curves which are again those block patterns, look really nice. And as a result of all these changes out here, the seat has changed too. It's a nice big seat. The rider gets prime position on the seat and it looks really nice. It's comfortable, it's nice and firm. So on shorter rides, no problem at all. I was very comfortable riding this motorcycle for long distances as well. Now the other big change on the CB350 RS comes in form of the rear subframe, and that is because the riding position has changed, and we will get to that in the next section of the video. But the other thing which has changed is the exhaust. It's more upswept and gives more cornering clearance on the motorcycle. But the good news is it sounds really nice and you should listen to it. Sounds nice, eh? This is something which I really liked about the CB350 variants, and the RS gets it too. But it's even more better when you ride the motorcycle, when you can hear the sound reverberating around. It's a pleasurable oral experience, let me put it that way. Now the other big change with the CB350 is the way you sit on the motorcycle. Now as I told you, the seat is new and it's slightly bigger than the older one, and it offers a lot of space for the rider. But the change is when you sit on the bike. Now when you're on the motorcycle, what Honda has done is change the foot peg positioning. Now it's slightly rear set. It's nothing very aggressive, so it's not like you are tucking down or something like that, but it's very comfortable. And even on longer rides, this should not be a hindrance from being the ride very comfortable. The other thing is the handlebar. Now if you look at me sitting on the motorcycle, you will find that I am extremely comfortable, and not to forget that I am not very high. I am about 5.5, 5'6", so I am very comfortable on the motorcycle. It should be good on long rides. The other thing I would like to tell you is that the instrument panel. Now the instrument panel is the same as before, but what Honda has omitted is the Bluetooth connectivity feature. Now this comes as a strange thing to us, because the CB350 RS is actually the most expensive variant on the CB350 lineup. So that is a feature which I sorely miss on the CB350 RS. Under the skin though, the CB350 RS is identical to the Highness with the same 350cc engine delivering 21 bhp and 30 Nm of torque. We are also happy to report that in spite of tinkering with the exhaust system, the soundtrack of the bike remains unchanged. Come the starter and a rotty exhaust note becomes audible. The note is deep and sure sounds nice. The clutch action is light and the bike takes off with a genuine dose of enthusiasm. The gear shifts are crisp, and as one goes through the gears, the exhaust note keeps in sync, adding to the riding experience. The bike offers plenty of torque lower down, and one does not need to downshift to overtake. Just twist the throttle and the RS gets going. A speedo indicated 120 kmph is easily achievable. And the good thing is that the vibrations are kept well under check. But to be honest, the bike is best ridden at around 100 kmph, as this is where it is in its elements. The engine also feels rev happy, and even in third, hitting the rev limiter is no issue. The slipper clutch adds to the sporty ride feel, and one can downshift rapidly, thus allowing generous engine braking. Let's begin by mentioning that the RS has lost many metal components as seen on the Highness CB350. Hence it's lighter and feels more agile. The bike is very flickable, and this means in city conditions, wiggling through traffic is rather easy. It also does not feel heavy to move around. The well set up suspension ensures that the rut and potholes are dismissed with ease. This ensures good comfort on the go. The new tires too offer generous grip, and one can even be brave and get on to the trails with them. Adding to the peace of mind is the engine bash plate. Around the corners, the RS feels very predictable, and there is ample cornering clearance too. And this is mainly because of the repositioned exhaust system. Overall, the RS is a good buy, but one has to think that why Honda has not offered features which it offers with the Highness. Something like the USB charging, the Bluetooth connectivity. Having those on the RS would be icing on the cake.